Man, it's your big brother K-Rino. Y'all see the title. The title is a question, but it's really I can really take the is part off. The is I can take that off. I'm just put it in question form to try to make y'all think, try to make us think as a whole. Um, is eating a form of suicide? In this day and age, yes. In this day and age, absolutely yes. And the reason that the answer is yes is because of multiple reasons. Number one, uh, food ain't what it used to be. The the makeup of food, the composition of food is not what it was even 100 years ago, probably even 50 years ago, but definitely not what it was if you go back any further than that, when there was more of a focus on the food being more natural and more organic, more pure in its form. It's so extreme that even some of the things that are bad for us or that were bad for us, like back in the days, things that we would eat generations and generations ago, even the bad food wasn't as poisoned as it is now, even though it was bad. And we shouldn't have been even eating it then. But survival dictated the circumstances at that time, especially in the time of slavery for black people, where we just had to make the best out of the worst. But in this day and age, with the all of the chemicals and the impurities that they put in the food and the fast food and the processed food, um, just eating. People who have no knowledge, who are not health conscious, even people who are health conscious, because it's a lot of deception even in the health food lane. It's a lot of deception in that, to where I just feel like those who are in control of all this, they recognize, like, okay, you know what, it's a group of individuals that are trying to do this the right way. They've decided that they're not gonna eat at the fast food joints. They've decided that they're not gonna eat the junk food and things of that nature, and they're going more towards healthy alternatives. And they got a hold of the healthy alternatives, and now they've stepped on that and they poisoned that to a degree. Not all, but a lot of it. You got to be careful. You got to be careful in the health food stores. So um, take that away. Just regular people who are not even on that page and not even thinking like they're just like thinking, I'm just getting up eating, mixed in with, oh yeah, you know, we're supposed to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner and all this stuff. Um, slowly killing ourselves through food, just plain and simple. And also not factoring in, or in a lot of cases, most cases, not even being aware of the addictive additives that are in certain foods, that are in a lot of our foods, things that absolutely make us become addicted to certain foods, where it's almost like you got to have it like a drug. And those addictive qualities that food has leads to the overconsumption of those foods, which leads to the accumulation of the poisons that are in those foods now being in our body. So slowly but surely, you know, you start to see the effects of it. And of course, when you're young, you know, you don't feel the effects of it as much, because you're young, you're active, your body is still your body and your organs and all that stuff is still in good working order, still working pretty good. But as you start to advance in age, and when I say advance in age, I'm not talking 50 or 60 or 70. I'm not talking about by the time you get up there. I'm talking about in this day and age, late 20s into your 30s, you start to not only see physical differences, you start to feel differences. You know, we always make the biggest mistake of chalking up little aches and pains and all that type of stuff. We chalk that up to just, oh, I'm getting old. Oh, I'm getting up there. You know how it is. You know, I'm 35 now, when really I don't even think we understand how young those ages are, how young 35, 40, 50, even 60 and 70. We don't realize how young that really is. So we just kind of just accept it as that's just part of the process of aging, when in fact it is the food itself that is aging us. It's the consumption of bad food. It's the consumption of bad drinks. A lot of us like to drink a lot of soda, a lot of sugary drinks, a lot of juices. And I just raised my hand. A lot of juices and all that different stuff. Alcohol, wines, and all this different stuff that slowly but surely over time, start to take effect and start to take a toll on us. So a lot of the conditions that arise from our eating habits, um, in some cases, we don't even connect it. We don't connect it until you get to a point where somebody says, "Oh, you got this. Oh, arthritis. Oh, yeah, all these different things that now the first thing they'll tell you is cut back on this. Stop eating this. Stop eating that. Stop eating that." It's like, so they knew all along. Yeah, good. Good to know. They knew all along. But when you're talking about um, an industry, an industry is absolutely powered by revenue. So from a financial standpoint, they have to promote and market these products. They have to do that. So the more of it they get you to eat, do the math, the more money that they're going to make off of our overconsumption and spending that money because of the addiction. So it's all tied on a string. All the things work together, man. It's been intricately um, set up and programmed and laid out. And unfortunately, we are already in on the assembly line. We are already a part of. We are already indoctrinated into um, the food weaponization and have become victims of it every day. So you start to have these different conditions as you get old, as you get older, but not old. You start to suffer from this and that, and people are suffering from conditions that we only used to see our grandmothers and grandfathers or older people suffer from. Later on, you're starting to see those conditions kick in on people younger and younger, younger and younger, and that's just the acceleration, the accelerated rate in which they are incorporating a lot of this poison into the things that we sit down and eat, and we do it all throughout the day, and with a total lack of discipline. We'll eat when we ain't even hungry. We'll eat when we're not thinking about food, and you just happen to be somewhere. Oh, they got food here. We'll just eat, but you weren't even gonna eat. You know, we'll eat because we haven't eaten. It's like you ever been like busy, and then you realize that you haven't ate, but you not even hungry, and you just go, I need to eat because I haven't ate. But your body is fine, and we don't get a body enough credit for being able to sustain long periods of time without eating, because we think that to go a long period of time without eating is a bad thing, or you're gonna die, you're gonna get super sick. No, you're gonna get super sick when you eat too much. And fasting is not something that we like to practice much, or if at all. Um, Matter of fact, people will look at you crazy if you say, "Oh man, I'm probably going on a 2-day fast. Oh, I'm gonna go on an all fruit fast. I'm gonna go on a water fast." Like for what? And some people can't go a few hours without eating, because your body is gonna call for whatever you condition it to call for in the timely fashion that you condition it to do so. So it's suicide. It may not be uh, jump off the top of the Empire State Building suicide. It may not be hang yourself from a tree suicide. It may not be none of that. That's instant. But over time, we're slowly, 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 slowly committing suicide through the foods that we eat, because that would be the main culprit to a lot of the conditions that people suffer from. It's mainly going to be food related. And a lot of times it's too late. by the time if we do try to get a hold of it. So keep that in mind, man. And anything I left out, y'all, please add it down in the comments. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And I'll catch y'all later on with another. It's your big brother K-Rino. Y'all excuse my I know I got a hole in my shirt, but this is my workout look. I'll catch y'all later on, man. Peace.